Hamilton Strong, New York lawyer and diarist. John Tyler, 10th President of the United States. Edwin Sumner, Colonel in the United States Army. Henry Villard, German immigrant, New York Herald correspondent. Kate Warren, detective. Elihu Washburn, friend to Abraham Lincoln, Illinois member of the House of Representatives. Thurlow Weed, New York political boss. Walt Whitman, itinerant carpenter and poet from Brooklyn. Fernando Wood, mayor of New York City. William Wood, trip organizer.
Prologue. The Holy Town of Troy. Tell me about a complicated man. Muse, tell me how he wandered and was lost when he had wrecked the holy town of Troy, and where he went, and who he met, the pain he suffered in the storms at sea, and how he worked to save his life and bring his men back home. Tell the old story for our modern times. Find the beginning. Homer, The Odyssey, Book 1, lines 1 to 11. The wind whips across the prairie in late November, hinting at the wrath of winter to come. In 1859, a German immigrant, Henry Villard, was fighting the cold as he drove his wagon east from Colorado, where he'd been living among gold prospectors. Villard had a long way to go, 650 miles in all, snaking along the Platte River through Nebraska and Kansas, as he made his way back toward the Missouri River, civilization. He survived by constantly gathering buffalo chips, or dried dung, which he burned to stay warm and cook his meals. At night he slept outdoors, covered with buffalo pelts. The prairie traveler is not particular about toilette, noted an English traveler after meeting a rough specimen in the same parts, who unsheathed a long knife he called his Arkansas toothpick. One night it snowed 18 inches, but Villard kept going, desperate to reach his destination before more storms came through. 30 miles west of St. Joseph, Missouri, Villard saw a distant speck on the immense horizon, growing larger, kicking up dust. As it came closer, the speck grew into a horse and buggy with 2 occupants. Surprisingly, Villard recognized one of the passengers. He had been in Illinois a year earlier during the excitement of the Lincoln-Douglas debates, and as the carriage approached, he began to make out the ungainly form of Abraham Lincoln himself, 400 miles west of where he normally could be found. Lincoln laughed when he realized that Villard had transformed himself into a full-fledged pioneer. A year earlier, Lincoln had known him as a clean-shaven reporter for the German-American press. Now he was almost unrecognizable beneath a luxuriant beard and all those buffalo pelts. For his part, Villard was amazed to encounter Lincoln, still smooth-faced, with nothing to protect him from the prairie wind except a short overcoat and no covering for his long legs. To make matters worse, he was heading directly into the rough weather Villard had put behind him. It was a frigid morning, and the wind blew in from the northwest, cuttingly, as Villard put it. Not far away in Leavenworth, the Missouri River was beginning to freeze as the thermometer plunged toward 0. Lincoln was already shivering in his exposed buggy, with no roof and a great distance still to go. But he was determined to continue, for he had a speaking engagement, and there could be no rest in the struggle to prevent the spread of slavery into these wide-open spaces. Villard offered one of his buffalo robes, which Lincoln accepted gratefully. After a short chat, they separated, 2 ships passing in opposite directions. Travelers often compared the prairie to a vast inland ocean. Herman Melville thought it looked like the bed of a dried-up sea, with its undulating grassy billows resembling waves. In his prairie schooner, Lincoln kept sailing into the cold. A different account picks up the thread soon after. A young writer, Albert Richardson, was crossing the prairie along a different vector that same day. His destination was a small cluster of wooden structures
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.